You're standing face to face with the woman who's caught your eye, and if you think chasing her will win her over, you're off track. Pursuing her isn't the secret to capturing her attention. Instead, you need to flip the script. She should be drawn to you. Chasing only makes her feel out of reach, but imagine being the kind of guy she can't help but gravitate toward, like a magnet pulling her in. This magnetic pull is the only way to truly win her heart. But how do you become that magnet? That's what we're exploring in this video. We'll break down the psychology of attraction and the steps to make her want to chase you. When it comes to dating and women, success hinges on one fundamental principle: attraction. If you don't understand how attraction works, you'll struggle. Women's decisions, especially in dating, are driven by emotion rather than logic. They respond to how a situation or person makes them feel. That's why women don't choose whom they're attracted to. It's an instinctive emotional response to a man's actions. You can't win her by rattling off your best traits like a resume. Instead, you need to embody those traits in a natural way that stirs up her emotions. But before we dive in further, let's establish two facts. Women can't consciously decide who they find attractive, and they can't force themselves to like someone they don't. Attraction is automatic, completely outside her control. So let's explore her mindset and discover the steps that will make her start chasing you. Number 1, be non-agreeable. Now, before you misunderstand me, let's be clear. Disagreeing with everything she says just to be difficult isn't the answer. Simply opposing her views for the sake of it is a recipe for disaster. But if you truly want to stand out and make her chase you, there's something most men avoid that you need to embrace: sharing your own sharp, witty, and intelligent opinions. Why does this work? Because any woman can easily find a guy who agrees with her on everything. A yes man. These types are all around, constantly nodding along, but what they lack is depth. They may be nice, but they don't stand out. On the other hand, a man who brings his own ideas to the table, someone who isn't afraid to think differently, captures attention. He's rare, and that makes him intriguing. Expressing your own unique thoughts signals confidence and authenticity. These traits are far more attractive than simply being agreeable. When you dare to voice your real opinions, you become memorable. You invite her into deeper, more stimulating conversations, which naturally draws her towards you. Number 2, be scarce. Dr. Robert Cialdini, a well-known psychologist, introduced a fascinating idea in his work. We place more value on things that are hard to come by. This concept doesn't just apply to marketing. It's woven into the fabric of human behavior. Think about billionaires. They often choose a slow, unique car that's one of a kind over a super-fast vehicle that's mass-produced. The same principle holds true in dating, and it explains why nice guys finish last. It's not that women don't like nice guys. It's that nice guys tend to be overly available. On the other hand, men who appear less interested seem more valuable because their time and attention are scarce. But here's the thing. You don't have to be rude or distant to use this scarcity to your advantage. In fact, a nice guy who can master the art of making his presence feel limited becomes far more attractive than the average jerk. So how do you make this work? Imagine you're at a party and you see a girl you're into, surrounded by guys all vying for her attention. You might think you're out of luck, but you actually have the upper hand. Simply walk up to the group, give her a casual hello as you pass, and then move on, maybe to chat with a friend or even another girl. In that moment, without saying much, you've made yourself stand out. While the other guys are competing for her focus, you've become something rare, something she'll want to pursue, fearing she might lose her chance. Number 3, put her in the friend zone. This might come as a surprise to many, but it's something worth thinking about. A lot of people assume that only men experience the frustration of the friend zone. Well, think again. Just as guys stuck in the friend zone can come off as overly eager, women can find themselves in the same position. Now, consider this. If you ever had the opportunity to put a woman in the friend zone, would you actually go through with it? Most guys would hesitate, fearing they might lose the attention of someone who's clearly interested. But if your goal is to make her chase you, leaving just enough mystery will keep her intrigued. She'll begin to wonder whether there's the potential for more than just a friendship. And that uncertainty will have her wanting to pursue you even more. Number 4, Emotional autonomy. I often stress the importance of autonomy, which refers to being self-reliant and independent, the hallmarks of a man with purpose and direction. Most men understand the value of setting goals and staying focused in various areas of life. But there's a specific form of autonomy that's absolutely essential in keeping a woman's attraction and showcasing true masculinity: emotional autonomy. Emotional autonomy is about regulating your emotions, especially around women. You may know a man who is driven and ambitious, but the moment he gets involved with a woman, his emotional independence falters. He claims to be in control, but something as small as not getting a text back throws him into emotional chaos, proving that she now holds power over his emotions. This vulnerability can also show up when a woman disagrees with him, causing him to lose his cool, or when jealousy creeps in and he can't control his reactions. True masculinity involves maintaining emotional composure, especially in relationships where feelings run deep. It's easy to stay in control when you don't care, but when emotions are involved, many men unconsciously surrender control. This leads to behaviors like obsessing over a text or going out of your way to impress her, driven more by emotion than logic. To embody masculinity, you must be able to separate your feelings for a woman from the rest of your life. It's not about suppressing attraction or affection. It's about compartmentalizing these feelings so they don't dominate your sense of self or disrupt other areas of your life. This concept of emotional control applies to every aspect, not just relationships. For example, some men let a bad day at work affect their mood socially, unable to separate work frustrations from their personal interactions. With women, emotional control is crucial. The emotions she stirs within you should be yours to manage, not hers. This emotional autonomy is a key component of masculinity, and women are naturally drawn to it. They don't want to control your emotions. They respect a man who governs his own feelings. Emotional autonomy also means your sense of self-worth doesn't hinge on the status of your relationship. If a woman rejects you or chooses someone else, it doesn't affect your value. This is another aspect of emotional regulation, acknowledging your fears or doubts without allowing them to dictate your actions. A truly masculine man moves forward despite these challenges, showcasing emotional resilience. Moreover, emotional autonomy involves maintaining your boundaries regardless of how you feel. For example, if you value undivided attention on a date, you should assert that expectation, even if you're deeply attracted to her. You don't need to be harsh, but you do need to stand firm, showing that your standards aren't compromised by emotions. When a woman meets a man who has mastered emotional autonomy, she finds him naturally more intriguing and attractive. He becomes someone she has to work to win over, adding to his allure. Number 5. Ask her for a favor. One powerful psychological strategy for sparking attraction is based on the Benjamin Franklin effect. This concept reveals that when someone does you a favor, they subconsciously develop a positive attitude toward you. Their mind rationalizes the act by assuming they must like you since they were willing to help. To apply this in a natural way, instead of trying to impress her by going out of your way, you should create moments where she can be helpful to you. For instance, at a social event, you could casually ask her to hold something or assist with a simple task. This small favor activates a mental shift, leading her to feel a subtle connection since she's already put some effort into you. By making a small request, you're not only opening up the chance for conversation, but also setting the stage for deeper attraction. This shifts the dynamic, increasing the chances she'll feel more invested in you and even start pursuing you. It's a smooth, indirect way to build rapport and steer things in your favor. Number 6. Create your build. Let's travel back in time a bit for this one. In 1997, researchers Morian and Blum conducted a fascinating study involving 117 male and female college students. The participants were shown 76 photos of the opposite sex and asked to rate them based on attractiveness and emotional response. The results were surprising. The most attractive features were not based on genetic traits like pretty blue eyes or handsome face symmetry. Instead, the key factors were good posture, noticeable grooming, well-fitted clothing, a positive attitude, and maintaining a healthy weight. So let me emphasize this. The most attractive qualities are within your control. If you invest a bit of effort and regular exercise, Stand tall with your chin up and shoulders back, practice good hygiene, wear clothes that fit well, and carry a positive demeanor. You can significantly enhance your attractiveness. You might be doing everything else right, but if you neglect your appearance and presentation, essentially looking like you spend your entire life behind a computer screen watching YouTube videos on how to attract women, none of it will matter. She won't be interested. This next part is going to be tricky, but essential. Number 7. Desire and respect her. This is a fundamental yet often misunderstood aspect of masculinity. Many men find it challenging to strike the right balance between two critical components, desire and respect, which can lead to confusion when interacting with women. Media often sends conflicting messages, with portrayals of toxic masculinity showing men acting on desire without regard for boundaries, like the infamous Harvey Weinstein. These men may desire women, but they lack respect, which leads to harmful behaviors. On the other side, I've known plenty of men who show an abundance of respect, but fail to express their desire. For instance, a friend of mine recently shared that after dating a woman for a month, they still hadn't taken things to the next level. When asked why, he said he respected her too much and felt it was too soon. While respect is key, he was missing the other half of the equation. He wasn't expressing his desire, which is equally essential in showcasing masculinity. True masculinity thrives on both desire and respect. My friend Chris Anderson once said, "Escalation is attractive." In other words, a man who confidently pursues what he wants becomes naturally appealing to women. However, that pursuit should always be paired with respect. For example, if you're on a date and things are going well, inviting her back to your place is a natural way of expressing desire. If she declines, you respect her boundary without any pressure, unlike the behavior seen in infamous situations like Weinstein's. Respecting her decision creates comfort and safety. Oddly enough, failing to express desire can make a woman uncomfortable as well. It signals that intimacy is a monumental step for you, which can create unnecessary pressure when the moment finally comes. Instead, express your desire clearly, while staying tuned in to her level of comfort. Compliment her, let her know she looks sexy, but if she's uneasy, don't push. This balance between desire and respect is the sweet spot that women naturally respond to. They want to feel desired, but they also want to feel respected. Mastering this balance places you in a space of effortless attraction. Number 8. Sense of touch. Here's a little known secret about physical touch. Most men have no idea how to do it right. This is a missed opportunity, as mastering the art of touching a woman in the right way can be a powerful tool in building deep, irresistible attraction. Why is this so important? Women enjoy being touched, but it's all about how you go about it. The key isn't just in the touch itself, but in how considerate and attuned you are to her comfort level. When done right, it creates a profound sense of connection. A man who knows how to touch with both restraint and sensitivity is rare. The ability to understand when to take a step forward and when to hold back shows a level of sophistication and respect that many men simply don't exhibit. It demonstrates emotional intelligence and an awareness of her boundaries, traits that women find extremely attractive. Think of it this way. When you touch her thoughtfully, you're not just connecting physically, but also showing that you understand her emotional cues and needs. This level of care sets you apart and builds a deeper, more genuine bond. So there you have it. 8 effective ways to make any woman chase you, even if she isn't interested at first. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to let us know and give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to click and subscribe. And while you're here, why not check out these other effective videos on female attraction? Thanks for watching, and until next time, be masculine.